Welcome back to the classroom, everyone. I'm Aaron Olsen, and before we dive into today's lesson, please make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow the account so you never miss an update on our A Plus Masterclass. Today we are tackling CompTIA A Plus Core 1, Objective 5.6, Troubleshooting Print Devices. Let's get to work. First up is the diagnostic mindset. We always start by asking, what has changed? From there, we follow the CompTIA troubleshooting steps. Identify the problem, establish a theory, test that theory, plan your action, verify full functionality, and finally, document your findings. To keep things organized, we divide printer troubleshooting into four diagnostic buckets: print quality defects, mechanical and paper handling, the digital pipeline and queue, and finishing and configuration. Let's open up Diagnostic Bucket 1, Print Quality Defects. Here we are focusing entirely on the visual output on the page. When the print looks wrong, these defects are almost universally caused by a hardware failure, consumable depletion like low toner, or using the wrong media. We have to know the specific troubleshooting quirks for our four technology badges: laser, inkjet, thermal, and impact printers. Our first quality defect is faded or faint prints, where the output lacks density or appears washed out. For laser and inkjet printers, this usually means low toner or ink levels, or someone accidentally selected economy or draft mode in the software. For impact printers, it often means the platen gap is too wide, or the ribbon is completely depleted. Check your software print settings first, then gently rock a laser toner cartridge front to back to distribute remaining powder, or adjust the platen gap on your dot matrix printer. Next up, lines down the printed pages. If you see unwanted vertical lines running continuously down the output, the cause depends on the printer type. In an inkjet, it's a dirty printhead or a blocked ink nozzle. Fix this by accessing the driver maintenance tab and running the head cleaning cycle. For a laser printer, it's usually a scratched photosensitive imaging drum or a dirty primary charge roller. You'll need to replace the toner cartridge housing the drum. In an impact printer, a stuck pin in the print head causes the line, requiring a print head assembly replacement. What if you see speckling on printed pages? These are loose specks or dots of toner scattered across the page. This means loose toner is contaminating the paper path, you have dirty rollers, or a failing static eliminator. You need to clean the interior of the printer, but listen to this critical safety warning. Never use compressed air or a domestic vacuum cleaner on a laser printer. Toner dust is a severe health hazard and will completely destroy a standard vacuum motor. Always use an approved toner-safe vacuum or 99% isopropyl alcohol with lint-free swabs. Our final quality defect is double or echo images, also known as ghosting. This is when ghost images of previous text or graphics appear faintly on the current page. In a laser printer, this means the cleaning stage of the print cycle has failed. The photosensitive drum is not being properly cleared of residual toner by the cleaning blade before the next rotation. To resolve this, print different test images, and if the ghosting persists, replace the photosensitive drum or the entire toner cartridge. Now we move to Diagnostic Bucket 2. Mechanical and paper handling. In this bucket, we focus on the physical movement of the media and the moving parts of the printer. These issues are characterized by physical blockages, misaligned media, and audible hardware strain. If it sounds wrong or paper isn't moving, this is where you look. Let's look at clearing paper jams. The symptom is obvious. Paper becomes lodged inside the paper path, halting operation. The probable causes include unsuitable media, creased or damp sheets, faulty rollers, or a failed static eliminator causing paper to curl and stick to the fuser. To fix it, open the indicated panel and gently pull the paper free. If it's stuck in the laser fuser unit, use the release levers. Never use force. Always inspect media quality and perform preventative cleaning on your rollers. Next are feed failures and multi-page misfeeds. This is when the printer fails to pull paper from the tray, or the feed mechanism pulls multiple sheets simultaneously. The cause is usually incompatible or damp media, or severely worn pickup and separation rollers. Resolve this by verifying the paper size and weight are supported. Fan the edge of the paper stack before loading to separate sheets, but don't overfan or you'll create static. If it persists, replace the pickup and separation rollers, which are typically included in a standard maintenance kit. What if you hear grinding noises? Loud grinding, clicking, or scraping sounds during operation are serious red flags. In a laser printer, this indicates a mechanical failure with the toner cartridge, fuser, or main drive gears. Inspect the paper path for debris, and if clear, replace the toner cartridge or the maintenance kit. In an inkjet printer, grinding typically points to a physical fault in the carriage mechanism. You may need to re-engage the clutch mechanism with the gear that moves the carriage per the vendor documentation. Moving on to Diagnostic Bucket 3, Digital Pipeline and Queue. Now we focus on the journey of the print job from the operating system over the network and into the printer's memory. The physical printer might be fine, but the data just isn't getting there correctly. Let's start with connectivity issues. The OS reports the device as offline or unavailable, or it can't be located during setup. The probable cause could be physical cable faults, incorrect Wi-Fi network selection, IP port blockages, or outdated firmware. First, print a test page directly from the printer's control panel. If it prints, the hardware is fine, and the issue is the network connection. Check your physical USB or Ethernet cables, verify the Wi-Fi mode, check the IP address via the DHCP server, ensure firewalls aren't blocking TCP UDP print ports, and update your firmware and drivers. Next is garbled print. This is when the printer emits many pages containing only a few random, strange characters or blank pages. The probable cause is a fault in rendering the print job. The page description language, like PCL or PostScript, is corrupted, mismatched, or the required fonts are missing. To fix this, cancel the job and clear the queue. Power cycle the printer, leaving it off for 30 seconds to clear the RAM. Then reinstall or update the printer driver, ensuring the correct PDL is selected for your specific printer model. Another common pipeline issue is stalled and frozen print queues. Multiple jobs are pending, the queue is backed up, or it's entirely frozen and jobs cannot be deleted. The printer might be offline or out of paper, or a corrupted spool file has crashed the Windows Presentation Foundation print monitor subsystem. First, check the printer hardware status. If the queue is stuck, open the queue, right-click the document, and hit Restart or Cancel. If it is completely frozen, open Windows Services, locate the print spooler, stop the service, and restart it. This clears the system spool directory. Our final area is Diagnostic Bucket 4, Finishing and Configuration. Here we focus on hardware accessories, tray routing, and post-processing the physical output. The document printed, but the final touches are incorrect. First up is incorrect page orientation. The output is printed landscape instead of portrait, or booklet binding is misaligned, like staples applied to the wrong edge. This is caused by misconfigured printing preferences in the application or driver. Open the application's print dialog, go to Printer Properties, and verify the orientation setting. Check the binding edge icon to see if it's set to flip on long edge or short edge, and always test your settings on a 2-page document before running massive jobs. Next is tray not recognized. Print jobs fail to pull from a specific tray, or the printer reports an installed tray is missing. The tray might not be physically seated properly, or the OS driver is not configured to map the installed hardware. Physically remove and reseat the paper tray. Verify the correct paper size is loaded and the media guides are snug. Then, open Printer Properties in the OS. Ensure the driver is updated and configured to recognize all installed multi-tray systems and power cycle to refresh. What about finishing issues with staplers and hole punches? The finisher unit fails to punch holes or jams during stapling. This usually happens when you exceed the maximum sheet capacity for the finisher unit, causing staples to bend or the punch mechanism to physically bind. Send print jobs in smaller batches that adhere to the permissible sheet count, keeping in mind that heavier paper weights reduce the maximum sheet count. To clear a staple jam, remove the staple cartridge and release the catch to extract bent staples. Finally, we reach the last steps. Verify and document. Never consider a ticket closed until you have verified full system functionality using the verification rule. Print a test page directly from the OS to prove the entire hardware and software pipeline is restored. Then follow the documentation imperative. Log the initial symptom, the underlying cause, and your specific resolution in the ticket system. Update the knowledge base or provide end-user training to prevent recurring issues. To make sure you are completely ready for exam day, finish your study session today by getting some hands-on practice with PBQ-like questions at XP Boost. The link is in the YouTube video description. Thanks for watching. That wraps up the CompTIA A+ Core 1. Make sure to watch out for the Core 2 playlist. I will see you there.